I've started yawning. Where the
As soon as I
recording
hit
started
record, you
yawning.
yawned. Everybody, don't do that.
I heard this on a podcast, and then it made me think how, like, when you yawn, like if someone's talking to you and then you yawn, like, "Huh, sorry, I'm boring you," and I was like,
Yes.
that's not why I yawn. Like, I yawn because I'm tired, or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
this yawn has nothing to do
yeah, I've
with
never been
what
like
you're
bored, and I
saying.
just went, oh
Oh
man, I'm
man.
so bored.
I don't know.
Fucking idiot.
People are always yawning in school, so maybe you just connect it with no one ever wanted to be in
Connect
school.
it with being a fucking bitch.
Yeah, dude. People are just big complainer
Dude, when
guys.
I was in school, I was like, I'm running these halls, and they're like, who are you?
I run this town.
I run this town. Do you know who my dad is? And they're like, no. And I was
I'm
like,
14 and I do MMA.
me neither.
I never met him.
I'm 14 and I have sex for money.
How many kids like in school growing up like were the troublemakers and then it's just because their dad or like stepdad like just was abusive
Probably
and
most
then
of them.
and
Yeah,
then
they go to school and they're like, hey, you're a fag, and then they go home and then their dad's like, hey, faggot, get in here. So they're like,
yeah the being the worst to people in school
yeah,
and then everyone at school is like this guy sucks
yeah, this guy's
and
the worst person.
everyone hates him and his whole life is terrible and this is a
Yeah,
great
everyone at school hates him.
yeah
Everyone at his house hates him.
yeah
So
and then
the answer is he should have killed himself. And I think some of them did.
I think the answer is to go home and kill the abusive stepdad.
Yeah. Kill your
This is a,
stepdad.
this is a
Or
great way to start. It makes everyone in a
what?
good mood, thinking about good
What are you
death.
talking about?
You know? Oh yeah,
It's fine. Everyone can handle it.
yeah,
Everyone lived through a pandemic, so
yeah, dude. We've all gotten through. I mean, millions and billions of people have died, and we're all still here.
oh man,
100% of the people in the NFL and college football
are
that have
stupid.
that have that have gotten COVID uh,
Are
have
racist.
survived, are racist, and have survived. So now we're
They have what?
yep, shocking and um,
Google
no,
has Christmas lights on the Google thing. That's cool.
yeah, Google's festive. They care a lot about the people. Yeah. So Andrew Scholes has that special on Netflix. I think it's coming out December 17th. Um, I don't know. Like he said, he's been working on it during the whole pandemic, and I just wonder like if some material is going to be because of the pandemic stuff. It has been so up and down with like the extreme fear in the beginning, and then learning about gloves, no gloves, cleaning surfaces, masks, and all these
Cleaning
things.
circuses. It's just
Cleaning
like we had to
circuses,
create these cleaning circuses because people couldn't go to the actual
just
circus.
swirling Windex
So
bottles.
they just gave clowns and bearded women
Yeah.
Windex and
What is the thing? The clown squeezes the thing in the side and it just squirts
oh
Windex and
the flower.
disinfectant. Yeah, the flower squirts disinfectant onto people. The cleaning circus.
The midgets
Wow,
clean
Cory,
under the
dude,
table.
is my
I've yawned
cleaning?
like 4 times already.
Yeah,
I guess I need
I
to go back to sleep.
I don't know. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I've been driving and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of a thought, and then I can't even like think about. I just start like yawning like crazy. I'm like I'm boring. My brain's boring itself. I just start, I don't know, going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
Maybe
my
just
dad is going crazy.
let's go to sleep and then I fall asleep in the car.
I slept pretty
Yeah.
damn good yesterday. Finally get to sleep in, you know.
Yeah, after working in the salt mines,
Yeah, and working in the mill,
the
back in the factory.
mill house. I wonder what he's gonna do when he grows up.
Millhouse?
Yeah,
I don't know. What did he do as a kid? I don't even.
be a little
I've seen
be a
I've
little
seen three
baby.
Simpsons episodes.
Same. That's a show that I've never really watched, and now they're on like the 800th season.
Dude, in '97, I'm 7 or 8, and I started watching South Park. My parents bought me the VHSs of like the first 6 episodes.
Just shut the kid up. Get him the VHS tape.
Yeah, I started already way funnier than Simpsons, like way edgier and just I don't know fun. I don't know, more higher risk funny than just like, oh, skateboard, huh? Like
they're all on the couch, and something
so,
weird happens.
yeah, they're all on the
Every
couch, and then
intro.
a fucking rat
Dun, dun,
crawls
dun,
underneath.
dun, 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 and then, I don't know, a spaceship flies into the house.
That was the best part of Simpsons, I think.
That was pretty cool. All the
Watching the intro,
intros.
and then just being like, all right, I'm changing the channel.
Yeah, I've just seen every intro, and that's it. That's it. That's our
Yeah,
next.
I would watch South Park, and they would have like they had one episode they had a guy, he like read books to children, but then he was just taking, I think he was fucking chickens. He was like a
Yeah,
chicken fucker or something.
yeah. You will see.
So
And I remember Cartman was like acted like he had like ESP, and he was like, and then like he could and they couldn't figure out who this guy was, and he was just at every like,
yeah,
look at this guy over here, and he's just like, and he like looks like he just
yeah,
so
looks the creepiest. Looks like he took 7 kids when he left that day.
yeah.
But so I would watch a South Park episode like that, where I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, it's so funny that they're trying to catch this guy who fucks chickens and reads books to kids or whatever the fuck. And then I'd turn on like, yeah, The Simpsons, and Homer would be like, he'd like walk into something, don't,
Yeah.
and then he'd fucking pull a crayon out of his nose, and he's like, and then he's super smart, and then they all hate like how smart Homer is, so they put the crayon back in his nose, and
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's just like, it's funny, but it's not that crazy. And then South Park would just be nuts, like a piece of poop is jumping on people's faces and shitting on people. And
Well, that weird noise happened again.
oh, just now you had it?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's from my mic. I don't know what.
That's crazy. That's a cool noise.
Goofy.
I wonder if the world will hear it. The audience.
Wonder if the audience, if they appreciate it or not.
Dude, I got Chevy called me, and they were like, "Hey," well, it was some woman named Tina. She's like, "Hey,
Hi, Tina.
have you thought about turning your vehicle in early and getting something new?" And I was like, I still have like a year and a half left. You stupid
I
whore.
think we sort of talked about this last time.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well, I went there.
Yeah.
So I
So
was
now
like, "Oh,
you got to update.
yeah." So let's see what this is all about. And I go there, and I'm talking to the guy, and he was like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" And I was like, I don't know. I was made an appointment. Some bitch named Tina, and he was like, "Did you just?" Tina's my wife, and I was like, "Well, she's a bitch." And he was like,
Hey, Tina's my wife.
"I know." And I was like, "I don't know."
She can be.
Yeah, you're telling me, brother. Don't worry, I'll beat her when I get home because she probably won't have my beer.
My Thursday Tina beating.
Yeah, I gotta beat her once a week, or she gets too lippy. When I got there, the guy was like, he was like, "Oh, what can I do for you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I was
What can I do you for?
got a call about getting a new, I don't know, turning in early." He's like, "How much time do you have left on your lease?" And I was like, "A year and a half." Like every time I would tell him new information, he was like basically in his head,
65 years.
he was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be in here. Like, there's no
Yeah,
reason."
yeah. It's got
But
to
I
be
was
within
like,
a year.
yeah, I was like, I don't know. I just got a call, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll make an appointment." And he was like, "Yeah, they probably, I don't know." He was trying to like not throw her under the bus
Yeah.
because like he kept saying like, she didn't know. I mean, she didn't ask like questions, like he was like, he said she didn't ask, she probably didn't ask like too personal questions or whatever to find out. And in my head I was like, what personal about, oh, how long have you had your lease? And then I would have told her, and then she would have went, oh, that's not early, or like, how much are you paying? Are you
Yeah.
paying too much? Like all this stuff she could have asked me, and then it would have been like, oh, never mind. Then there's no reason for you to come in. Because when I told him I don't want, like, I like my vehicle, my payment's pretty low, all this stuff, he was like, yeah. So I feel bad that you came in here for no reason. And I was like, it's fine. I figured it was something weird like this. And
Yeah.
I was in my head, I was like, got some retard on the phone named Tina who doesn't know what she's fucking doing.
I don't know what, because I've gotten that call a lot through like several leases, and every time I'm like, this just doesn't make any sense. Like, do you want to? It's literally 2 years. I've only been a year into a lease,
Yeah, what the
and then they're
hell?
like, you can come in for. I think they
Well, the
have
guy
people
the guy told me
contact
that.
everybody.
Yeah, the guy told me that, like, he's like, the only reason you would do that is if like you didn't like your vehicle, and then
You had a
like,
problem.
yeah, like if you hated your vehicle, then there's ways to get you in something else. Or if like when you got your lease, your credit was kind of fucked up, so your payment kind of sucks. And he's like, sometimes we can work it out to where like we can redo your payment and get you something else with a better payment. He's like, other than that, he's like, your payment's low, you like what you have. He's like, there's no reason unless you're gonna upgrade. And I was like, all right, see ya.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I
know,
don't know.
like, because you haven't had any issues with your car, right? Your
No,
truck.
I just Tina's an idiot.
Tina,
Fuck you, Tina.
Tina the bitch.
Tina. I wonder if she was. I wonder if she was hot. Maybe not. I kept saying her name really loud in the place. I was like, "Oh, she's here," and she's hiding in the
Tina,
back, like, "Oh no, I fucked up again."
they fucked up.
And then after I left, he just goes like this and looks at the back room, and then walks back there, and she's just cowering. I'm
He
sorry.
picks up a bat from under his desk and just starts slowly hitting it on his hand,
Yeah, a paddle. He's like,
like the
Tina, what did I
Warriors.
tell? What did I tell you if you fucked up again? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tina, I told you stay off the phones.
If you send me another customer that I can't sell a new vehicle to again,
She's just a maintenance person who's been trying to work her way up the ladder. She's been working
they just
with like
called.
she wears like nicer clothes than she should, even though she's working in maintenance. And she just, whenever someone leaves her desk for like a meeting or to the
She's like,
bathroom, she just slips into a desk,
yeah, she
and
just
then she's
calls
like,
people.
yeah, sees anything. Oh,
You want
that's an account. Hey, do you need to come in for an appointment? I'm bringing you guys work. What are you doing? And then
to?
they
Yeah,
take her away.
fucking Tina.
Trying to get you guys more. He's like, we don't need to return leases early. There's 2 years left. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, I thought, because I went in there, I was like, I thought maybe there was something I didn't know, and he was like, no, because
Yeah.
I was like, maybe there's like a weird deal, so they're like, oh, we'll get him in like a better deal, because then we can sell his truck like used for a lot of money. Like I thought maybe it was something like that. I don't know. I just was like confused.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is maybe because of pandemic stuff. Maybe like they haven't sold as many 2020s. Because
Yeah.
yours a 19.
Uh,
What?
it's an 18. I'm pretty sure
Okay,
it's
so like say yours is an 18. Like maybe they're just like, yeah, they got 2020s or 19s, whichever one it is. Maybe one of them,
no. I don't know if it's a 19, right?
whatever. But
It's
like maybe
20.
the
Yeah, it's
next
20.
year,
Yeah, I got it in 19.
maybe they
So
haven't sold as many the next year, or they got people demanding yours. There's always like reasons you could make up in your head. Like
yeah,
maybe,
that's what
maybe
I was
this.
doing. But then when you get there and the guy starts talking, I'm like, all right, this all makes sense.
Yeah, tilting his head like, am I dealing with an idiot? And you're like, no, I would talk to an idiot on the phone.
Oh, yeah,
Made me think idiot thoughts.
I talked to your stupid dumb employee
Maintenance
Tina,
Tina, bitch.
maintenance Tina. I got the soft serve in the back. She just works the soft serve machine for the employees.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm gonna get a job here. And she just grabs the phones. I can make an appointment for you.
yep. Slips in.
Slips in. Slips in.
Hello, Tina.
Lubed and scoobed.
Hello, I'm Lubed Tina, and I'm in a new desk today. And
Tina, are you
uh,
lubed up?
how long have you had your car? I'm driving away. I just closed on it. She's like, oh, that's why they left this tab open here.
Yeah. Do you want to turn it in early? I'm leaving
I
right now with
I
it. And
actually I might even buy this at the end of the lease. All right, well, if you come back in right now.
Do you want to turn your lease early? It's like a 10-year-old. Dad? Like, just
She's just giving everyone rebates. Everyone's saving $3,000.
that'd be
Nobody has
sweet.
any idea.
Oh, that would be cool.
How are we losing? How are we losing money here? She's just in the maintenance closet.
Just in a closet, which has a computer and a phone
Well,
in
she's
there.
like getting a new broom or a mop or something. You know.
Wait, so is she custodial or is she maintenance? Wait, what
Oh,
maintenance?
I thought maintenance like custodial, like cleaning
Oh,
up
okay.
shit.
I was thinking maintenance like she was a mechanic.
Nah.
So custodial, she's trying to become
But yeah,
a
that'd be funny. Just
saleswoman.
some guy who just only does oil changes and fucking uh, tire pressure, and he just slides in. He's like, I'm gonna start being a salesman.
Dude, I hate going to the dealership to have any of that done.
Yeah, I've done it
One
a
time I
bunch.
went there, I had something like they had to replace like a tire and I was getting a free oil change. But like so you like have to pull your car in and then they're like, okay, now get out and like wait. So I had to like go wait in like the lobby of the place. And I was there for like 2 hours. And I was like kind of like, what the fuck? And I finally asked somebody and they're like, oh yeah, your car's done. And I'm like, so you were just gonna let me sit here all day, you
Yep,
fucking idiots?
I had that one time. Another time, it looked like they were just about to start on mine. There was like one guy in front of me, but they must have had some issue because it took longer. But I sat in the waiting area. There was two people in the waiting area. I immediately thought, oh, I'm gonna be here forever. Like who are these people waiting for? Like do they
Yeah.
got shit lined up? And then I fell asleep in the chair. And the same sort of thing as you. I think I ended up waking up, looking around. Felt like I slept for like an hour, but it was maybe like 20, 30.
Everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah, it was maybe like 20, throwing shit at my head, drawing dicks on my forehead. Uh, and I like looked around, and it was maybe like 20, 30 minutes, and I got up like pissed. I'm like, what? Nobody came in here. I was like jingling keys. Hey, and come here, boy. And and then yeah, it was just done. It was like around the corner parked, and like everyone left. It was midnight.
You were locked in the
Whole
building.
place was closed. Yeah, I couldn't get out.
That'd be funny.
I was stuck there with Tina, the maintenance lady,
She's like,
with a
ah.
mop. Tina, the maintenance lady with a mop. She's like, hey, I can get you some rebates.
Sh- sh- what the hell?
It's it's okay. He barely comes in.
Cory, shut your mouth.
I was listening to a podcast where some guy had a dog barking in the background. You couldn't even hear it, but he was just worried about the viewers hearing it, and viewers and listeners, and so the host of the
Killed
show
it.
was like, yeah,
Just
you just hear him. The host of the show was like, can't hear it, and he just kept being like worried about it, and the host was like, nope,
he's
not
like,
a problem,
just keep talking.
just it's okay,
Huh.
it's all good.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. Ah,
All
fuck.
dogs go to Texas.
All dogs go to my ass and
Why would it be
climb.
all dogs go to heaven? Some dogs are like vicious. I guess I don't know because maybe they're born into the bad stuff.
Yeah, they're like it's like mentally challenged people going. It's like child molesters. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, they're fucked up in the head. They're actually good people. They just
yeah.
want the kids.
All child molesters go to heaven.
Yeah, they just love kids.
Yeah, I mean, there's something kind of like somebody who's depressed easily or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like you got something a screw
Fuck.
loose, something happening there.
Yeah,
You know, like you're putting the
something ain't crap
like
quite right.
you're putting the wrong body. You always felt like you
Yeah,
should have been with this or that,
you
and
know,
then
these are all the same people around. So you got the people who are depressed or they, some kind of disorder, so they need therapy. You got you got the Zimzers and the people that are like,
Bing
oh,
bangs.
I'm gender fluid, and then you have your child molesters. They fall all on the same playing field.
Same category, and yeah,
Yeah, at least they know they want to fuck kids. The gender fluid people are like, I don't know what I am. So really, who's worse?
yeah. I've heard multiple comedians ask about like,
I just
um,
farted.
nice. You should get a fart mic or throw that thing down there real quick. um, they've said like, you gotta. Oh yeah, it was Mark Norman. Basically, he's like, you gotta give it up to like the child molesters who like haven't acted on it. And every time
Yeah.
he makes these kind of jokes, I think I'm like, is that him? Is he just never acted on one?
Whoa, Chris, that's a heavy
He makes the
accusation.
he makes the joke so often. I've heard it on several podcasts and like his stand up, and it's funny all the bits on it that he has. But sometimes I'm like, is this just like so natural coming out of his mouth and in his out of his head? Because he's like, I can see it. Like I understand. And then yeah,
Maybe, I don't
actually
know.
Louis C.K. has a bit in his newest special about how like he said he just goes, I can see it. Like I'm not like a pedophile. He's like, but I can see it. He says I can see it. So I'm sure a bunch of people who already hate him are like, oh my god, this guy should be shot. Like,
Yeah.
but he's like, but he goes, no, like you're like, oh, what did he say? Like you're at a park or whatever, and then there's like a young, strapping teen boy who's like 14, and he just got shorts on with like his legs spread, and you just see that clean like inner thigh. And he's like, he goes, I just look, and I'm like, I can see it. I'm like, hey, how about you close it up there? You don't need to have that out for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there could possibly, he goes, not me, but I'm just trying to prevent you from getting attacked by one of these other guys. Some of
Yeah.
these other guys are going to act on it. He's like, nah, you got to close it up. Live to tell another day or whatever people say. I don't know. Live to tell another gay.
Live to fuck another guy.
Live to screw another man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I wanted to tell you about. So we got this email from my work. We always get like an email from the CEO. Actually, think he has like a podcast.
He's like, I care about you guys.
Yeah, and they
As
have like
he's
a podcast. I'm sure it's the worst thing ever. It's just so HR up the ass type thing.
worse than this.
What
I said
worse
worse
than
than
this?
this.
Without a doubt. I actually should probably pull clips from it and then make fun of it. That'd be funny.
And they're like, Chris, we saw what you were doing.
Chris, you can't
That's
just.
some pretty good stuff. We're gonna actually need you to come on our next
Yeah,
podcast. We need
they got,
people to listen, and we feel like you can draw in the listeners.
they got me on there, and I'm just saying slurs and
Yeah.
talking about pedophilia and
Nice.
and Tina, and then
Dana.
pedophilia Tina, and all right, now this email from them, and it goes, the very beginning, it's like, dear all blah 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 employees, it goes, as I sit down and write this holiday message, and then in quotes, or not quotes, in parentheses, yes, I wrote this myself, which
Hey,
no,
cool
no, I
guy.
don't even think he did still.
Yeah, but even if he did, like, I love how he's trying to, like,
Yeah,
guys, I'm
but
doing things for you.
I sent this message to I took my time to type a couple words, and I know
Yeah.
that's rough and difficult nowadays with the pandemic where everyone's sitting at home not doing anything. This
Yeah.
was hard for me to type a message, so I did this myself. Give me props. He goes, the phrase that keeps rolling in my head repeatedly is, in quotes, "What a year." And then it just continues on, and I'm like, what a year! So many people have died, and then like so many people have lost businesses, lost their jobs, they've been screwed.
Yeah.
People can't get loans and all this stuff to pay for their home,
What
and
a
uh,
year.
and this guy's just like, he's the CEO of a huge company. Hey guys, what a year, right? This is this has been something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I could just picture so many people who are like, they know people who have lost jobs and all those other things I just said, and they're
It'd be
just like,
funny if
fuck this guy.
you responded to the email. LOL.
Yeah, yeah. Respond to all,
Yeah.
because I got the email and I got everyone in the company ever.
Yeah. And then you just put fart noise.
Just put, what a year, what a joke.
Yeah. That'd be great. Sometimes I wish we could do that. Like a
Dude,
manager or something, like emails
yeah,
everybody and they're like, "Hey, I'm with you guys. All this stuff, blah blah." And then I just want to go,
yeah.
and they're
Send a
just like,
fart noise, a little audio clip, and then they hit play, and it just.
I just like, or you just email like, I know like you feel like you have to do this, but nobody believes any of this shit.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's always like, I always heard about like the kiss ass people. at jobs, but I didn't really like have it. I didn't really like see it much often in my like bunch of jobs. But this one, we had like a conference like this, like a big Skype thing, and we're talking to people, and one guy goes on and on about how we're trying to do everything we can during this pandemic, and he says saying all the HR right things, and then a couple people have questions, which that sucks. There's always the couple people who just have too many damn questions, who are
Yeah.
just like, we're all like, I actually have work to do, or I need to take my lunch. Like, can we get off this horrible
Yeah.
meeting? People that ask too many questions, and then you got the guy who's just like, actually, Bob, I think you've been doing one of the best managerial jobs. I mean, out there right now. I got people that work all over, and they're having tons of problems. And you guys have been dealing with it great. Whenever we need hand wipes, we get hand wipes from you guys. You guys have offered gloves. We got masks about 7 months late, but it's okay. We got masks. And like just eating his ass, just
Yeah.
like I don't know. And he's still getting probably paid trash. He just thinks that like helps his life. That's how
Dude,
he moves up in his career.
I
Just
just
shit.
uh I just thought of something
Oh
that
yeah.
happened at work. It didn't really happen to me, or it didn't happen to me or anything. I don't know. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but it's fine. This
Yeah, you know,
this
it
manager,
happened at your old job. This is what.
yeah, this guy. So this girl at my work had COVID or whatever, and then
Nice.
like her, because we get like certain amounts of time. Like, oh, if you have it, then you get this amount of time off. Like, and it doesn't come out of your leave. So her time was like expiring, and she still had like symptoms. So she like calls in, and she's like talking to one of the managers, and she's like, oh, like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to do because I still have symptoms. Blah blah blah. And he was like, hold on, yeah, I'll call you back. I'm gonna find out. And then he calls like the head of like our scheduling or something like that, like whatever. Well, he thinks he calls but he ends up calling that girl back, and he was like,
Oh
and
shit.
he goes, the
Oh.
she answers, and he goes, yeah, this bitch is calling me about, calls her a bit, and she was like, she goes, do you know who you're talking to? And then I guess he goes, oh, sorry, and he hung up. So then she calls like his man. She ends up like she calls his man, or I guess she asks him for like who's your manager, who's above you, and he was like he didn't give it to her. So she ends up calling like the person above him, and he was like he says to her, all right, hold, let's just keep this between us until I figure out what to do. And then she just was like, and she like after that call, she goes, no. So then she writes like a 3-page like letter to our like head guy, and I was like, oh, this is not good. Somebody's
Damn.
fucked. Well, the one
Yeah.
guy that called her a bitch is like, he's supposed to be like retiring in like a year, but like
Oh,
he's
okay.
probably gonna be retiring like soon.
Very soon. Damn.
What an idiot, dude.
That's wild.
Like the thing is, like
How bad? Look at your phone.
I could see like an employee just like revving you up to where you're like, you die, fucking bitch, something like that.
The
Like
worst moment.
even then you shouldn't do it, but like someone's like, hey, I don't know what to do, I need help, blah 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 blah, and then you
Yeah.
just, okay, let me check, and then you call someone else, this fucking bitch, and then you're like, excuse me, dude, what an idiot. When I found that out, I found that out on Friday, I was like, he's fucked.
Dude, I have a funny story which you've
My
heard.
dog needs to shut up.
I didn't even hear him, but which
Oh,
I think it's so faint that it's like pretty low. But um, I have a funny story which Tim's gonna hear it. Uh,
well,
he
don't say
knows this
names.
story. I've never talked to him about it since, so I wonder if he'll text me after he listens to this. This might be
Who's Tim? Who are these people? I don't know.
I don't know, but this might be a good test to see if he still listens to our episodes, and because he'll definitely text me about it because it was a funny thing. So like, kind of what that guy did, I had like a similar thing. I was we were working at Meyer, and I'm like 17 or 18, and I like we're about to go to, I think it was something like that. We're about to go to lunch, and he told me, oh yeah, me, him, and Joe are about to go to lunch. These three guys, and we're going to take a lunch at the same time. We go to Tim Hortons together. Started our big Tim Hortons addiction, and he
That's where it all started.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
so he texted me about it, and I'm like stocking shelves, and then I was like, damn, man, I kind of feel like I got to shit. So I just texted him like, actually no, he came up to me in the aisle and he goes, hey, we're about to go to lunch, blah blah blah. I go, all right, well, let me just go to the bathroom real quick. I got to take a shit. And he's like, what? He goes, no, we're taking a lunch. We've been waiting for like a minute. We're about to go take a lunch. Let's go take a lunch. And I was like, well, no, I gotta take a shit. I gotta make some room. And he's like, I've never heard about that before. I've never heard of this. And I'm like, what do you mean you've never? I have to shit.
Yeah.
Like, also the way I am, I can't. As soon as my body's like, hey man, something's brewing, I gotta like make my way to the bathroom. It just
Making my way to the
making
bathroom.
my way downtown, going to the bathroom. Jordan's in the other room. Doodle doodle doo.
Uh-oh.
Gonna throw her in the trash. Doodle. And so he's like annoyed with me, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna take a crap. So I sent, I text a big text, and I think I'm texting you because I'm going like, dude, I can't believe Tim is a problem with. I have to take a crap, and he's mad at me because I have to crap before we take a lunch, and then about to take a lunch without me, and I'm just like, dude, hold on a minute, let me go take a crap, and he's telling me I never heard of this, and I'm like, well, let me go take a crap, and then I think I'm sending the text to you, and I just send the text to Tim, and then Tim goes, you texted me, and I immediately, it was like seconds after each other, he goes, you texted me this, and he's like, you're texting your fucking girlfriend Megan. Uh,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was like, no, I sent it to Cory. I go, I just have to crap. Just let me take a crap and then we'll go on lunch. What's the big deal? He just
Yeah.
couldn't fathom that. You
He
never, because
he had low blood sugar. He needed to go eat.
yeah, that. And he's one of the guys who doesn't want to shit ever in public. So he's like, hey, hold it in, dude. Be a man. I can do it. I do it every day of my life. I hold it in for 9 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like,
I mean, I am not a huge fan of shitting in public either, but when
yeah.
you gotta go, you gotta go.
I like to eat, and I just feel it feels way better, dude. When you're like trying to eat a good meal, and then you're like, as you're eating, your body's like, hey, we gotta shit. Like that's not a
Well,
good.
yeah, it's just I'm
I don't want
doing
to.
anything when you have to shit.
Yeah,
Is
I don't want to go take a shit in the middle of half my meal and then come back to my meal.
yeah. Eat your
But,
meal while you're shitting.
but I thought it was a
Oh,
funny thing. Tim got mad at me. It was funny. I haven't talked to him about it since.
you haven't talked to him since.
Yeah. Well,
Haven't talked to him in 13 years.
haven't talked to a great friend in 13 years
This
because,
is like 14 years.
yeah, dude, we're dying.
All right, everyone email me Christmas gift ideas for people.
Yeah, we need some Christmas gift ideas. We know a tall guy who likes
Pooping.
bands that all sound like Lemuria. Lemuria. I don't know how you pronounce that. You know,
I haven't heard about them in a long time.
he just posted about this band called The Beths. They're pretty good. I liked it. I liked what I
Doubt
heard.
it. Doubt it.
Doubt it. But it's another chick vocalist. Chick. And
Yeah, Chris, do you like being sexist?
yes, I do.
Chick.
Yeah, women are all little chickens.
Guys. I don't know.
Studs.
Guys, idiots. Studs.
Freaking idiot. Dude, I call all guys kings
Babes.
to raise everyone up because we're all kings out here.
Kings
and
and
then
queens, dude.
kings and queens, and all women are queens because we all rulers out here.
I rule my own life.
I wonder what Bill Burr would what his take would be. I seen a clip like that where some guy was saying that he calls all men by king and he calls all women queen. To like lift them up and all this stuff. And I just wonder if what Bill Burr would say about it.
I don't know. He sometimes, I don't know. There's like
Sometimes
things
doesn't care.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, I just feel like I'd be like, oh, he's gonna be thinking stupid, and then he'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool, like positive, like a
Yeah, it's
positive thing,
positive.
and I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but if he was on like one of his actually, sometimes he decides to be rageful.
I think most of his rants about dumb shit is just to be funny, because like when he went off on golfing,
I
And then
think
after he's done raging about golfing, he just laughs and he goes, "I don't like really care."
yeah, like I think that's honestly a lot of comedians. People get up in arms about certain things, but like, um, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I just hear my
N
floors
word.
crinkling. Oh my god. Yeah. You all right? You still in there?
Is that a cat?
Okay. Yeah, I was just talking to a cat. I got a couple critters around the house.
I'm in my studio.
I know, dude. I need to get in that studio.
Dude, do
Jordan,
it.
can I go to Cory's studio?
I got 3 monitors in here.
That's
Come,
badass.
come in here and log. You can log your YouTube TV on the TV on the wall. And there we go.
Oh, that'd be cool. Wasn't I just saying something before I started getting goofy and looking around?
Kings and
Oh
kings
yeah,
and
I was just
queens.
talking about like comedians mostly. Most of the time, you start talking about something kind of like what we do sometimes. Very rarely, it's funny, but sometimes like we talk about something, and then you can feel like what's what's a dumb part of this discussion or conversation that could be a funny thing, and then you just lean towards that dumb thing. So like Bill Burr would talk about like golf, and then start going like, golf, you don't even have to be an athlete to do golf. Basically, bowling and golf is the same, and then he can go on his whole thing about how it's lazy and
Yeah.
you don't have to try. You could be the fattest, oldest piece of shit with broken hips, and you could still be good at golf. And he'll do that whole thing, and it's just because he just seen the opening as he was talking and was like, okay, I'll just take that route because it's just
Yeah.
funny. It can possibly be very funny. Sometimes it's just okay, but that's the idea with like a lot of podcasts and just anyone speaking. So when people get upset about like when people got mad about the golfing thing or some of these other stuff,
That's so
like
funny. That's
nobody,
what makes me laugh. Is the thought of people actually like
yeah,
I
actually
think
taking it
golf. I
seriously.
think golf is sweet and all
Yeah,
this stuff, but he's just when he's making fun of it. I'm not like, hey, that's I like it too. Like I'm just
yeah,
like I just think about people who are actually pissed about him saying that, and I'm like, oh my god, what a bunch of losers.
you need to learn how to laugh at what like things you like. Like, dude, me and you love like the John Wick movies and a bunch of these like action movies, but you can
No.
also rip on them for days about how just like ignorant certain things are, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Doesn't make
Yeah.
you not like the action movies anymore. It's
Yeah, but
still it's still a fun watch.
you're white and you're a man and you're straight, so you're not allowed to talk about
You
anything.
just you can get your cis ass and you take it out of
You can get your
your
cis fucking stupid ass.
your sissy sassy ass.
You can get your sissy fucking stupid ass and
Did you
shove it
see
up
it?
your ass.
I think I sent it to you today, so I don't know if you've seen it yet, but that like that video was going around of that older lady getting like one of the first vaccines, and
Oh,
then the clip just goes from like she's getting a vaccine, and then it just goes to that one movie with I think Tyrese is in it and some other people, and it's like this crazy grandma's like crawling over the ceiling.
oh yeah,
Like
it's that oh yeah, no,
what movie is
yeah.
it?
Dude.
She's just like
Wouldn't that be
jumping
insane
around.
if that happened? Like
That'd be
a
sweet.
zombie apocalypse
Just
happened?
turns into Resident Evil after we get these vaccines.
Yeah. I
What are
remember
some
like
some
I
of the
remember like
things?
people would be like when you talk about like back in the day when zombies were like a huge thing and people were like that'd be sweet if that happened and then people are like you actually think that wouldn't be cool like that would be
Yeah,
terrible and like my angle was this I'd be like it would be sweet because then I wouldn't have to like I no longer have to pay bills
yeah.
because
But I don't have to care about anything anymore.
all these credit companies are like I mean everyone's dead so you don't owe us money anymore.
Yeah, all that money stuff that caused 99% of the world's problems
Yeah,
is gone
because
because now we have to try to
because
kill.
50 like 70% of the world is a zombie.
Yeah.
I hope my little doggy doesn't become a zombie.
Oh, that would
He would
suck.
just get us caught because he would just be like "Barf, barf, barf," and I'm
Yep.
like shut the fuck up. I'd
Yeah,
have
dude.
to I'd have to kill him to save my own life because I'd be like, well, he'll never shut up. So
Dude, if my little
he,
fluffy cat
you'd have
buddy,
to throw Diesel out for like a snack. They'll eat him for a few weeks.
I would Diesel would for sure be a snack.
No, this is what would happen. Severus is a he's just basically just becomes like a he's like an expendable. Whenever we have to throw something out as a distraction, he's what you throw
He's a
out.
great distraction because I think he
But
would get away for a while. He
yeah,
would really like
Buddy.
take up time.
Yeah, and who cares if he dies? That was my point. Just kidding. And Buddy, he's like a meth cat, so he can be like, "Oh, I'm also a zombie," and they would be like, "Okay." And then Diesel, you just keep with you in like a little bag, as like more as like a support,
Keep him in a bag. I have to get that backpack with the little globe
little dome. Yeah, and he's
out
just
of the
in it.
dome so that he could like look out. And I'm like, this is what I'm saving you from. And he's like, meow. And then I feel like Buddy. I would one scene would be like, a couple are coming after me. I'm caught in a jam. I can't get out. I'm caught in a corner. And so I throw Buddy, the ragdoll little kitty furry guy, throw him on the ground over there, and he just stays there. All the zombies run up to him, and they're like, "It's dead already."
Yeah, it's already. Okay. Is it Zombie
They
Cat?
grab it. It's got no fat to it. It's just freaking
Yeah.
skin and fur. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe zombies wouldn't bite animals because maybe like there's so much fur that they would just be
Well,
weird.
it was like always like in the like a bunch of the
Always make them
movies.
die.
They never. Well, they never like the dogs never turned into zombies. It was just like they would eat the dog, and then like the dog just died. So
Wouldn't that be?
you wouldn't
Wouldn't
have to
that
worry
be
about your
like?
dog
I
becoming
think
one.
yeah, I think most of them are like what you just said. But there's been a couple weird movies that like
Yeah, like Resident
change the
Evil had
rules.
zombie
Yeah,
dogs.
they change the
That was
rules.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then our one friend when that what was that guy's name? The crazy big zombie. Oh my
Oh man.
god. It's fucking like fucking
Oh,
abomination or whatever. I don't know. It's called something crazy.
decimation
And
zombie.
then our one friend was like, "Dude, I would this movie would be sweet if he just killed everybody." And I was like,
Dude, that'd be
"What?"
awesome if like everyone just died, man. I want to see a zombie apocalypse movie and the zombies just all win and all humans
Yeah,
die.
but it has to be a cool, badass
Yeah.
zombie, like in that one movie, like the one Resident Evil movie. Those movies get crazy. There's like a million of them too.
Yeah, there's some I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Albert Wesker
what?
is the mastermind behind the evil umbrella. No, that's not the answer.
Nah.
Who's this guy? Most terrifying villains ranked.
Let's see.
No. Mr. Nemesis?
Nemesis. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's him. He was number one. I'm sitting here, gotta scroll through a damn BuzzFeed list. This guy's bad because he said, um, you know, hockey was the best sport.
There. Yep. That's him. Images. Yeah. That's cool. Yes. Yeah. When he was I was watching that movie, and my friend that I was watching it with just was like, when he saw him, and he was like, "Dude, this guy's sweet. Dude, this would be sweet if he just like ended up killing everybody." And I was like, what kind of movie would that be? Like, oh, movie's over. Then and then this guy's just like, because he just killed everybody and he can't go anywhere because he's huge. He can't get in like a bus or a car.
Yeah.
Sir, you can't get on this flight. You first of all, you have a giant rocket launcher. How did you get through security? He's like,
Like that's like them making a I don't know, making a Jackie Chan movie, and then Jackie Chan just dies by the main bad guy.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But
Jackie. How many
he's a cool
Resident
villain.
Evil movies are there?
73.
Let's see. There. Wow.
Resident
Oh,
Evil.
there's a lot.
Googling. There's a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's this number. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. It's just gonna be called Resident Evil, coming out in 2021. So
Damn.
they're probably starting from the top. Oh yeah, I think they're gonna get a new girl to play.
Yeah,
Uh,
because the other chick, she's just too old for Hollywood now. She hit 33.
they're getting Kaya Scodelario. Oh, she was in Skins.
What do I look like right now? My big nose.
You look like you're super zoomed in.
Mm. Oh, I wanted to bring this up to you. I was, I heard this uh, on this Philly radio station. They
Mm.
read a poll of what is the biggest problem with the Philadelphia Eagles, and the poll said 72% it's coaching. And this Philly radio station brings Doug Peterson, the head coach of the Eagles, brings him on the radio station as they're like finishing that quote of the poll. So basically, they're like, "Yeah, 72% of Philly fans want a new head coach." And
Doug Peterson.
hey, Doug, how's it going? And
Uh,
then he goes right away. He goes, "That's not cool, Angelo." The guy's name is like Angelo or whatever.
Angelo.
That's not cool, Angelo.
And neither is your name, Angelo.
Yeah, but I'm like, dude, what kind of, I don't know, man. So you never want to speak to
Yeah,
the Eagles organization will stop letting people go on your show. I think
right.
I think that happened with the Lions in 97-1 here, right?
Yeah, I mean it's one thing to like
They like burned a
read it's one
bridge.
thing to like read that, but then like why would you say that to
The first thing he says, he answers the phone basically, and they're like, "All right, you're about to be on the show. Okay, cool. 72% of Philly fans think that head coach needs to be changed." And Doug Peterson, how's it going?
yeah. What a fucking good job, Angelo, you friggin' idiot.
Yeah, come on, man.
You friggin' freak. Hmm. I
How
think
many
this is
total? How many Resident Evil movies total was it? I think you just said, but
I was like 7.
I thought it was 8. Yeah.
It was 8. I closed the page.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't matter, you know. They'll
It's
make
all
10 more.
good. And
They'll
there's
make
like a
10 more.
million video games too.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So I was thinking this because I was just watching Mandalorian.
Nice.
So the finale is that this Friday coming up?
I don't know.
Uh,
Are they only doing 8 again? Because if so, then yeah.
yeah, I thought. Yeah, I looked it up and I saw something that said like the Friday that just passed, and then Jordan saw that it was the Friday coming up. I don't know. So I think 8 episodes. But I was just thinking like they got all this tech for like the light speed, where all these ships just go, doo, just
Yeah.
teleport to another uh, galaxy, whatever, another next to another planet, all over the damn place, and it just like, so they have that, but then like the stormtroopers' guns, those are like got to be the slowest bullets you've ever seen.
Oh,
They
yeah.
shoot and it's like you could like follow it, like a vehicle could just, like one of those guys on that thing in between the woods, like one of those guys could just be by the bullet, just racing it. And it just sometimes the stuff feels inconsistently goofy to me. With like, we can have this incredibly massive ship just go, but
Yeah,
then these bullets are like,
I think the problem with all that is because like this was all created in like the 70s.
yeah,
So then they have to like
work off
when
that.
they use like new technology, they're like, well, fuck, we still have to do like a lot of this older stuff because then like it all takes place at the same time. So they're like,
That makes
we're just
sense.
gonna do everything different, and then everyone's like, well, this isn't even Star Wars. This is like a different thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting too. Like, I don't know, the different kind of droids that keep coming in.
Yeah, dude, Bill Burr once again.
That's awesome, and he
Dude,
was awesome in it too.
both episodes he was in, he was like it was like his episode.
Yeah,
Like I thought when he was gonna be on it last season, I was like, oh, he's gonna be like, hey, you want me to fuel up your ship? Okay,
yep,
and then like that's what I thought. But he was
yeah,
like a guy, and like he was like acting and like doing cool shit. I'm
yep.
like, dude, that's sweet. I was gonna actually tweet at him on Friday night when I saw it, but then I like forgot. I could do that right now.
Yeah, like you always think like him and some of these other comedians, you feel like they're so big now that you're like, if I tweet at them, they'll never see it. But then like we'll hear them on their podcast be like, hey guys, like reach out. Like me and you have
Yeah,
seen people like when they come through Michigan and stuff, and then we've seen them at a show, didn't do like a meet and greet, and then afterwards see them or on their podcast talk about how like, yeah, like no one really
yeah,
no one really saw me after the show, and then I'm like, ah, shit. I guess like we could have said hey, or just just you don't have to talk the guy's head off or ruin his night, but you could just be like, hey, I appreciate your comedy. It's funny. You're doing good or whatever.
yeah.
So some of these people actually would appreciate a good tweet or whatever.
I agree. I agree.
I agree with your statements. Pew pew.
Do 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 do.
Uh,
Sorry.
did you see? There's like a I don't know. It was something I seen a bunch of on Twitter. People being like, "Age yourself with a store. I'll go first," and then they just post a picture of like KB Toys,
Yeah,
and then just like I don't know. This is all these things to me are just so stupid. I was actually complaining to Jordan yesterday about like so many tweets. It'll just have 270,000 likes,
yeah,
and
and
the
it's stupid.
the tweet is basically, "Hey, remember nostalgia?
Yeah,
Hey, hey, the cat dog was a show we watched," and then everyone's like, huh, "I watched it too,"
I
and
saw that.
yeah, and it just so many things are just like, all these comedians have like legit jokes. They like wrote good jokes, and it gets I see them. It'll be 122 likes,
Yeah,
and then some dipshit writer who writes for BuzzFeed or writes for any of these popular I don't know article things. They just put like yeah, just hey guys, KB Toys. I went there at a mall when I was a kid. What about you? And everyone's like, oh yeah,
me too.
oh my god, nostalgia meter through the roof. I went there. I bought a toy.
The KB Toys. I did go there.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm like, yeah, KB Toys is pretty sweet.
It was actually pretty cool. I
Yeah, it
remember
was
going
pretty
there
good.
with my grandma and grandpa, and I'd be like, "Look at all these cool toys! I want one." And then it was across from the Cinnabon.
Are like all toys stores gone since like Toys R Us went down, right? At least around
Uh,
us.
Pretty much, dude. I think like honestly, Amazon literally killed everything.
It's crazy
You
too.
know what's
People will mention that like Amazon killed this and that, and then I look up this or that, and I can't find it on Amazon. Like
yeah,
Amazon like killed certain places, and then they don't even have like the shit I'm looking for,
yeah.
and I still gotta like search all these stores, go 2 counties over to find a toy for a nephew.
You know what's crazy? I saw this guy. I don't. He's some like college professor. I saw a tweet, and he said all the billionaires could give everybody in the United States. I think it was the United States. Like all the billionaires
Hundred
could give
grand.
everybody in the United States $3,000 and still have more money than they had before the pandemic started. That's how much money they made during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Like, how fucked up is that?
that's crazy. I actually just heard um, something that's kind of related to that that will make uh, Tim really mad because we've talked shit about Tom Brady before, but I guess so. There's all these small businesses that have been struggling.
Hmm.
They've been denied loans, and
Yeah,
then I guess the same wherever Tom Brady got a loan from. I guess all these small businesses have been trying to get a similar loan through this, Wells Fargo, whatever the hell it is, and you could like look it up. It'll come up. A bunch of different articles on it by today, but like Tom Brady um, took like a billion. I think it's a $1 billion loan
why?
And this guy had right. I'll look it up just to make sure because that sounds crazy. But like, um, yeah, Tom Brady catches heat for new
90s.
$2 million, right?
This says
It's 1 million. I don't know. There's two different numbers. One
the
thing says
number
two
I
million.
got. Tom Brady's company received a paycheck protection program loan in the amount of
Yes.
$960,000.
Yeah, for a boat, for like a yacht.
Oh, this is not. This is Brady's company.
Yeah, the TB12.
Yeah,
But that's what people are saying though. Like, so his company clearly not struggling at
yeah.
all.
Like he could have. He doesn't need
He
paycheck
gets the loan.
protection.
Yeah, he gets this this protection and this loan, while all of these struggling companies, which it just shows like I don't know, the government too doesn't seem to be helping a lot of those businesses, people who are struggling and losing their business, and or just whatever, losing a lot of money during it,
Right.
taking huge hits, and then Tom Brady, a guy who's just him and his wife,
Already loaded.
both separately make
Yeah.
ungodly
Yeah,
amounts of
this
money on
says
their own.
his wife has earned more money in her career than he earned.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I heard
actually
about.
crazy because like this is
Crazy.
basically saying like he has every right to take the money, but other people have a right to say, "Wow, I can't believe he took the money."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually kind of fun. I mean, I guess like why it's not his fault
No.
that
He
they
probably
gave
didn't.
him the loan.
He probably didn't even know about it. We're kind of like he's got people working for him, and they do that stuff.
Yeah, that's could be true. I mean, it's his company. I'm sure he has people running his company,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, let's get this payment protection so we can pay our employees, so it's not coming out of because no one, all these shitty companies don't want to lose money, so they're like, well, let's get this loan that way we can pay our employees and we don't have to take it out of our or whatever, and then little businesses that are like, I need a fucking loan. All these, the reason they get the money is because whoever loaned them the money is like, well,
He's
they're
gonna
gonna,
pay.
yeah, they're gonna be able to pay it back. We're not gonna give these little businesses loans because who knows if they'll be able to pay us back,
Give them
which is
loans, and then
which
they
is
still end up
shitty.
closing.
Yeah,
So
but whatever. That
life
sucks.
sucks. Life sucks, brother.
Life sucks. You're a bitch. Life sucks. Suck my penis.
And then I also heard that Tom Brady actually there's a company.
Tom Brady is gay.
I heard that he's donated a lot of money to the gay funds. No, he. I think it's called. I don't know if it's called Little Buddies or something with buddies in the title. It's a foundation that helps mentally handicapped people. And so
You're my little buddy.
like like
This is Travis, and he's a little buddy. This is like the commercial. This is Travis, and he's a little buddy, and Travis is just like fucking eating a bar of soap. And they're like,
no, not again. How did you get that? And then like I heard about this because a lot of comedians like do shows and then they raise money for this foundation. So like it's a good foundation. And then I guess Tom Brady for a long time during his career, he's been an NFL player for 21 years, but I guess a long time he's been helping that that foundation, raising a lot of money. So that's
hmm.
that's the type of stuff that, like me and you can pull up that article and then get mad at Tom Brady, and it's just like, hey, also this guy who made like ungodly amounts of money, kind of like what Bill Gates and like all these some of these other people who just made like insane amounts of money, like no one just gets by going, I've donated $0. They all just end up having so much. Other people, it's like good for PR too. A lot of these people get asked about like, hey, do you want to support this? Come to this, come to that
Yeah.
foundation, blah blah blah. A lot of them still do some good stuff like that. Like so, he was doing that for a while. I don't know,
Fuck him.
but fuck him. He got a company.
Ow.
He has a hot wife. My wife's fat.
Fuck Tom Brady. He's good at football, and his wife's hot.
Yeah. You can't even.
Charles, I need you to get outside and do the. Shut your fucking mouth, bitch.
Yeah. Not that he raked the leaves last week.
Ow.
All right, I think we're pretty good. Got
Oh,
an hour
sweet.
in.
Whoa. Cool.
Just hit it.
Cool. We did it, everybody.
Grandma, we
Y'all,
did it.
y'all did it with us. It's like we
Do us,
all had sex.
do us while we do each other.
Yeah. Orgy.
All right, bye bye everybody. See you on next week in my mom's house.
See you on the flippity flap.
The flippity flip flap dip.
Bye.